This week we're looking at number 7 in our study of 1st and 2nd Corinthians. This is entitled A Portrait of Love, and of course that takes us to 1 Corinthians 13, what is often called the love chapter, because Paul there is really trying to bring the Corinthians back to the fundamental principle by which all things should be operating within the church. He says, even if I'm the greatest speaker in the world and I don't have love, I'm just a clashing gong, a tinkling cymbal, whatever, just noise. If I spoke in prophecy, I knew every secret, mystery, completely knowledgeable. And if I could have so much faith I could move mountains but have no love, then I am nothing. Sometimes we say, I wish I could have faith that moves mountains. No, but if you don't have love, if that's not the motivating principle, I am nothing. If I were to donate everything I own to the poor, or if I were to sacrifice myself to be burned as a martyr, and that happened a lot in the early centuries, remember that, and have no love, I gain nothing. And then he describes love. Read it through. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous. Love is not boastful. Love is not proud. Love does not act improperly or insist on having its own way. Love is not argumentative and doesn't keep a record of wrongs. Love takes no delight in evil but celebrates the truth. Love never gives up, keeps on trusting, stays confident, remains patient whatever happens. Love never fails. All these other things are going to come to end, including our beloved prophecies. But when this completeness comes, what is incomplete disappears. And then he talks about being like a child, speaking like a child. But eventually you grow up and you put away childish things. And he concludes, trust, hope and love last forever. But the most important is love. And I really want to emphasize this perspective that Paul is sharing about love being at the heart of it, all this. Sometimes we read Paul and think he's being quite, direct, confrontational. He sounds almost quite harsh at times in the way he deals with people because they needed to hear it. But he is doing it not because he wants to offend or hurt people. He wants them to operate out of love. He is doing this because he loves. And this is the odd thing. This is what they call love that is really, it's hard love. It's love that really says, I am not going to give up. I'm not going to give in and just compromise. I am looking for doing the best for you, however much you may agree or disagree. And remember some of those words. It doesn't insist on having its own way. You may think you know best for someone, but you have to persuade them that what you are doing is in their own best interest. And if they say, no, I don't think so, I don't want to know, I want to do things my way, you just go on loving and you go on caring and you go on thinking of what you can do for them. C.S. Lewis talks about love, and human love is variable. Though our feelings come and go, God's love for us does not. And that really is a significant aspect here. And then Frederick Buechner, of all powers, love is the most powerful and the most powerless. Interesting. It is the most powerful because it alone can conquer that final and most impregnable stronghold, which is the human heart. It is the most powerless because it can do nothing except by consent. To say that love is God is romantic idealism. To say that God is love is either the last straw or the ultimate truth. And so I think we have to remember that God is love, and in him there is no darkness at all, as John says in his epistle. And we can trust in this loving, caring, trustworthy God, because his love is for us and he first loved us. Let's remember these things this week.